Alright, I forgot to explain a few things in the first video, so I'm gonna explain this as quickly as possible. If you haven't watched the first video, go ahead and, watch the first video first. But, yeah, I forgot a couple things, so I'll just touch on them real quick. But, yeah, so one thing I forgot to mention is that when doing punchline rap, it's pretty common to pause before the rhymes in order to give it more gravity and more weight when you hit them with the rhyme. I'll show you an example here by Drake in his song called Forever. In your city faded off the ground, Nino. She ain't said she got more class, we know. Swimming in the money, come and find me, Nemo. If I was at the club, I balled, chemo. So like, as you can see, there's 3 syllables of space between, ground and Nino in the first bar, 3 syllables of space between class and we know in the second bar, and 3 syllables of space between bald and chemo in the third bar. And that little bit of extra space kind of gives the rhyme words a little bit more gravity when you finally hit them with it. And like, yeah, I don't know, sounds good to me. Happens a lot, but it's a pretty good technique. I like it. But yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is that oftentimes you'll have this like 1 2 1 2 3 2 3 2 pattern, where it's like the ones will rhyme with each other, the twos will rhyme with each other, and the threes will rhyme with each other. So I'll show you an example here by Khan in his song called Mary Jane. But the first rhyme, will rhyme with the third rhyme, and then the second rhyme will rhyme with the fourth, sixth, and eighth, and then the fifth rhyme will rhyme with the seventh rhyme. So that's kind of confusing, but it's basically, he has 4 rhymes that rhyme in the second line of each bar, and they all rhyme the same way. But then in the first 2 bars, he gives, those 2 bars their own rhyme in the first line. So exist, exist rhymes with give, but then in the third and fourth bar he does something different with that spot, like with the first line of the third and the fourth bar. He says zone and co, like he pronounces currently. Like, so it's kind of like, I don't know, I was too lazy to find a better example, but this happens a lot, and I hear it a lot too. So I'll just wrap this one for you here real quick. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. I kind of explained it. I hope you can understand it. But yeah, this is a song, Mary Jane by Khan. Exist from the things that I did. I've been praying for forgiveness for the way that I live. You can find me in the zone. I swear to God I is. Ain't no brother. Sorry. Exist for the things that I did. I've been praying for forgiveness for the way that I live. You can find me in the zone. I swear to God I is. Ain't nobody breathing currently the words like this. So I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, that happens a lot, and it doesn't just happen in this song. It happens in a lot of the other songs. I just haven't written them out. This is just a cool emphasis pattern that I kind of like saw. It's got like the Tresillo pattern happening, but it happens over the bar line. So like it'll go like the Tresillo pattern will start in the second line of the first bar, and then it'll like continue into the first line of the second bar. So like, I'll just wrap this one here for you real quick. It's by Hunnit Kufis. I didn't know the name of the song, but he posted it on his Instagram. But yeah, mutual. If you feeling fraudulently, mutual. If you feeling fraudulently sleeping on me, you might just end up falling asleep. So like, it sounds good to me. It's only 2 bars, but like you can kind of get the emphasis pattern. Dun dun dun. Dig it again, dig it again, dun, dig it again, dun dun dun, dig it again, dig it again, dun, dig it again. It sounded good to me, so I thought it was worth mentioning. But yeah, I'll just spit it here for you once more, just so you can kind of, like, hear it one more time. Mutual, if you feeling fraudulently sleeping on me, you might just end up falling asleep. So, like, it sounds really good to me. I thought it was worth mentioning. It's not really like, I call it bar carryover Tresillo pattern. I don't know what else to call it, but yeah. This is a fast emphasis pattern that I heard in one of Ali Dominique's songs called No Punch. But like, he's rapping really fast, but it sounds good. Usually when you're rapping fast, syncopation is kind of hard to get away with unless you're like really, really on point. But like in this one, it's kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of a cool placement for like the emphasis. So I'll just wrap it here for you real quick. Like, start slow and then I'll like speed it up so you can kind of hear it. I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, I'm a creature. I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, I'm a creature. I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, I'm a creature. I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, I'm a creature. I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, I'm a creature. You know, I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, I'm a creature. I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, I'm a creature. I'm a beast with it, I'm a dog, you know, it sounds cool to me. So I call it 213 fast rap emphasis pattern. I didn't know what else to call it because it's the second quarter, you know, in the first line, and then the first quarter in the second line, and the third quarter in the second line. So 213, second quarter, first quarter, third quarter. Rap, fast rap emphasis. So I want to remember it, so I thought I'd, you know, include it. Yeah. But yeah, and this one also kind of uses the well, to start out, it uses that that bar carryover Tresillo pattern that I mentioned. But this is Eminem Lose Yourself. I'll rap it for you and then explain my thought process on it. It's kind of hard to explain this one, but it's yeah, I'll just rap it for you here real quick. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down, you know. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, yeah. So he starts off in the fourth quarter of, you know, as a pickup of like the previous bar. So if you're looking at the E's, you know, sweaty, arms are heavy, there's like this pentagonal rhyming pattern. I don't know if you like watched the previous video, but like I explained like triangle rhyming patterns. So like pentagonal rhyming pattern, this is really rare, so I just thought it was worth mentioning. But like if you can visualize a pentagon, and then you can tap along the pentagon as you're like, you know, counting out the beat, you know, and rapping. Are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. So, you know, are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. You know, and then after that he has to, you know, switch it up to make sure that the second line of bar 1 and the second line of bar 2 rhyme. But you can kind of see that there's an expectation thing that happens, and even though he's like kind of going off in like a direction that's, you know, abnormal, you know, as in like he's not staying on like, you know, like here, and here. He's kind of going off into like a different pattern. He goes into like a pentagonal pattern where he'll like rap, and then, you know, 5 beats later, 5 taps later, he'll, you know, rap the same rhyme, and then 5 taps later he'll rap the same rhyme. So it's kind of like an expectation thing in your brain where it's like, you know, once you hear the first, you know, 2, like with that amount of space between them, you know, you kind of expect, you know, that amount of space to be between the second and third one. I hope you can kind of like understand what I'm talking about there. But yeah, I just thought that was worth mentioning. This is the first time I've seen it, but I thought it was worth mentioning just because I you know, I talked about triangle rhyming, and this is kind of a similar thing where it's like, you know, it's a distancing thing that causes expectations in your mind, you know, to be fulfilled. So I just want to point out that this is an awesome rhyme, or this is an awesome 4-bar pattern, because he does a lot of things here. He does the pentagonal rhyming, and then he does internal rhymes with, or I call them secondary rhymes, but they're also called internal rhymes. Does internal rhymes with knees weak, you know, and then like sweat, like he does a lot of does a lot of stuff here. But knees weak, and then nervous surface, and then drop bombs. You know, those are all, you know, like internally rhyming with each other, like in between, like his main rhymes, which is it's a really cool thing when that happens. That happens a lot, but here he's doing it in between every bar, which is kind of pretty cool, because usually people will do it in the third bar, you know, in between the second and fourth bar, but you know, he's doing it like mid, like in between every bar, so or like 3 of the bars. So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, and that's basically it. You know, there will be more stuff, but like, I just thought it was worth mentioning all this stuff. You know, this is less, you know, this stuff is less common. I mean, the punchline stuff is pretty common, and this the you know, 1 2 1 2 3 2 3 2 thing is pretty common too. But yeah, and also I guess I don't know, but you know, it's just some cool stuff that and cool patterns that I kind of like heard and liked. So yeah, I just thought I'd share them and also post it so that I can remember myself. So hope you get something from it. Do something good with it, you know. You know, it's all love. Check out my music if you want. But yeah, if you haven't watched the first video, go back and watch the first video, because like, that's where I talk about more of the main stuff that you would need to know in order to kind of like, these are more just like, you know, like if you have the time to like kind of like study like emphasis patterns, and like, you know, like some, like, it's less important to know this stuff, but like knowing the stuff that I talked about in the first video is more important. So hope you guys have a great night or day, whichever it is. Peace out.